Okay, I'm live, and this is very unusual for me to go live, kind of spur of the moment in the afternoon. On a Thursday afternoon, we will just see who shows up. I'm going to drop this in the chat. Yeah, this is very unusual, but I just think it might be needful, helpful, useful. Some of the fools. Okay, let me refresh this. Is anybody going to jump in? This will be interesting. This should be interesting. I don't even have a thumbnail. I don't even have a thumbnail. Prairie Banana is so adventurous. I'm live to answer any questions. Yeah. Jabari Harris says in the Telegram, when I tried to sell the coin, it says change slippage amount. I changed multiple times. Any suggestions? Yeah. Yes. Use 6%. I think it's 6% for pTGC and 7% for UFO. And let's see if anybody is in here. Ha! 3 people. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you, Jim. I appreciate that. 2 G's. Yeah, it is. Everything is well. Everything is well. Yeah, I'm excited to be here. Excited to be back in the saddle, man. We got some good things going. Alpha Voxer. Or Alpha Crossover. Probably Alpha Voxer. But I don't know. Jim, where are we at? Where are we on total burn supply now for pTGC? Let's have a look at that. Good. We got a question. All right, let me get my screen pulled up. I'm going to present a screen. I thought you guys might want to have it's a disaster out there right now. I know we're all feeling it. So I thought we might just jump on live and have a chat. Okay, so where are we on total burn supply now for pTGC? Let me hide this real quick. And I have a burns. So this is my spreadsheet that I keep a lot of data on. And I was thinking about reviewing this anyhow, but let's go over to the burn supply. I was looking at this earlier today because somebody commented that, we're going to be at 40 million here pretty soon. We got a couple different metrics to look at that are, milestones, which would be 40 million, 50 million. You see right here. Okay. And then you got the percent, we're almost at 12%. Well, actually I was looking at it. I did an eyeball estimate and it would take I think it's going to be about 50 days before we get to, why is it pulling up that advertisement? You guys see that advertisement? I think it's going to be, I think about another 50 days and we should be at the 40 million mark, which would be, how much would that be in percent? Let's do a quick. That would be 12%. When we hit 40 million, that's going to be 12%. Oh yeah, man. Okay. Let's see how long that could perhaps take. So this is the daily burn. We're burning, let's go back, just looks like about 2 weeks. We're burning an average of 9 million. And so 40, that looks like we need to go about 531 million. 531 divided by 9. Yeah, 60 days, 2 months, guys. I think 2 months and we'll be at that 12% or 40 million. So the remaining supply is, in answer to your question, Jim, right now it's 293 billion 863. But on that note, there is also another metric which you can look at, and I'm actually on the wrong screen. So I'm going to drop this down and pull up the correct screen, which is, let me get this, and I'm going to remove this one. Stop screen and then present a screen. And we should definitely do some moon math too. So I'll have to have that pulled up. And this is the screen that I want. Okay, let's look at the stats, the TGC stats. And we're going to look at the supply distribution and see another metric closely related to how much is burned is how much is available to buy, right? And you go to the stats tab and click. I think you can just click on. No, you can't just click on it. But you hover over the red piece of pie, and it says that we have 4.29 billion tokens available for sale, but that's in, I think, 2 or 3 different pairs. So the supply has been decreasing. That is for sure. And let's have a look at that. Let's look at that supply. Where is that supply? Right here. There's the column. It was, let's see, what was it? I think I have records. I kind of honestly, I stopped taking this every day because it was a total pain in the butt to get it. So now I'm just doing it periodically. It looks like I need to update it. But on January 24th, the supply was 5.3. The beginning of February is 4.3. And what is it now? 4.3. Basically, it's the same. It hasn't changed much at all. So, yeah, there you have it. Very, very little supply. You know, who knows? But when this market recovers, you know, but that supply, but that we might not just go ahead and see a supply shock where the total tokens available becomes so little and the buy pressure so strong that it drives the price up. I've never seen a thing like that. I've heard about it. I'd like to see it, obviously. I'd like for all of us to see a legit supply shock. I think that'd be cool. I think the Grays can do it. There was an interesting conversation on, where was it? I think somebody posted it on Twitter about, it was, did you guys see this post by B Roots? He posted it today. Let's just have a look at it, shall we? Let me get Twitter pulled up. Because the only thing better than me telling you the story is showing you. Moon King. All right, Bubba. He wouldn't mind if I call him Bubba, I think. I'm just playing. I'm just messing around. All right, now, man, I hope. All right, here it is. Watch this, guys. He says, push the wrong button, deleted my post. Oh, well, this is the new tweet. pTGC will consume the majority of coins on Pulse Chain. If you don't have brain cells to see it, enjoy the next bear market. Imagine seeing red candles and seeing your low, blah, blah, blah. And he goes on. And I'm not minimizing what he's saying, but not enough liquidity for this trade. pTGC wins. Poor devs lose. But he said, he posted on Twitter what has been going on in my mind for months. Every now and again, I picture the Grays currencies as being like a sponge in a sea of Pulse Chain tokens. And because the Grays currencies are moving up against these other tokens, I see them taking market share and just absorbing all the Pulse Chain, all the tokens on the Pulse Chain. And that's what he just said right there. pTGC will consume the majority of tokens on Pulse Chain. I mean, it's possible. I don't want that to happen, though. I want it to happen to an extent, but not entirely. because we need competition, or do we need competition? Yeah. It's a good question. I want to have a thriving pulse chain. And to me, that means competing projects, competitive projects that we can maybe even bond with and go to Valhalla with. Alpha Voxer. All right. Do you guys got any questions? If you're new, I'd love to hear your questions and we can go over some stuff. Okay. But otherwise, I think we'll just get into some spreadsheets. Many of you guys know I'm a spreadsheet nut. I could spend all day working on spreadsheets, building them and such. Literally. And I have spent many days. But let's just review. We're almost to the end of February too. You know what that means? We're going to have a month, end of the month review, which I hope will be good. All right, let's go over this, guys. The Ethereum volume. So each one of these rows is a day. The most recent day is at the top. The Ethereum, and sometimes I have little notes in these headers. So the all-time record that I have recorded was $7.2 billion of volume on Ethereum. Yesterday it was, let's call it 2 billion. And you can see the trend, right? Pulse chain, 173 million was the record that I have recorded. Yesterday it was 25 million. So, we've got some improving to do. We're not even like in a really hot bull market, but we're already like 7x down below the high that I've recorded. I'm really liking this metric here. The holders, we crossed 13,000 just the other day, and we're averaging 52 per day for the month of, going back. That is a 30-day average right there, 52. But look at the trend. It was 30 in November, 28 in December, 46 in January. And at the time that I wrote this, it was 63, but we're at 52. I accept. That is still a strong number. Look, guys, there's only 13,000 wallets. There's only how many people in the Telegram? 2,700, something like that. And we're accelerating. Well, we're going into a bull market, but just wait till it's on. You know what I mean? Like when the market is really on. The ratio has been as high as 22 something. Right now it's 19. And that makes me a little bit sad because I like to see us continually taking ground against Pulse Chain, but it's just not happening right now. And here's the price, UFO price. Let's have a look over here. Total tokens burned. We already covered that, but we were literally burning like squid positions. Now, last summer when the price was lower, because of the way the contract works and it buying tokens off the market, when the tokens are cheaper, it can buy more. So we were burning dolphin positions. And I realized I have a dent in my hat. My wife is like, we need to fix that. Like put some moisture on it and make a nice little mold. She has one too. So I'm going to fix that. But we are burning squid positions. And at some point, we'll be burning turtle positions. At a 10x, this will flip from squids to turtles. Literally, it will. Let's go back a little bit. If you go back, this was, I can't believe I only started doing this back in September. But I remember in June, July, August, that time frame, we were burning dolphin positions. But now it's squids. Here's a question. It looks like moving pTGC from a wallet to another. What is the tax? It is 5%. So that is a teachable question, guys. Whenever you're buying pTGC, you want to buy it from a wallet that you are intending to keep it on, if you can. And a lot of what a lot of guys do is they'll buy it from a soft wallet and then send it to a hardware wallet. And that's fine. Just know that you're going to pay 5%. And then And then Alpha Voxer, because you might need to move this to a different wallet for security reasons, which I would put my stamp of approval on. If you're going from a soft wallet, and all of you guys need to be using a hardware wallet. Everybody needs to be using a hardware wallet for safety, for security. And you need to engrave your seed phrase in something that's indestructible from flood, fire, hardware wallet. All it does is store your seed phrase. But you want to be transacting from a hardware wallet, not a soft wallet like Rabby or MetaMask. If you're keeping your precious assets on a hot wallet like MetaMask or Rabby, that's a recipe for wrecked, and we don't want you to do that. So my advice is, yeah, move that stuff off. Cool. And then now take heart that, yeah, you're going to nuke 5%. Dude, it's only 5%. Okay. I've done it. And you know what I did? I bought back the difference. And here's another thing. We are in crypto for not 5%. We're in here for X's. So your first 0.05X and you're going to have your crypto back. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's just how it works, man. But yeah. Yep. I have several different hardware wallets. So what I do, and I like to keep it all distributed. And so what I've done is I would literally purchase, like, distribute my pulse and then buy from each individual wallet instead of sending and nuking 5%, because it is sad. I mean, and there's no way around it. And I'm saying what it is. It's sad to nuke those precious tokens. Let's continue on here. The liquidity has been, whatever, about 30 million. This blue column here has a formula behind it. It's been about $30 million in liquidity. We have been as high as, that I have recorded, looks like about 40. Yeah, there's a 52. We have, and that was 17 days ago. We had a combined LP of $52 million. That was just gorgeous. I remember that. Here's the fee revenue distribution for yesterday. For pTGC was $18,000. UFO was $8,000. Yeah, everything's slow. Okay. And we are going to reflect that slowness. Here's the combined revenue volume on UFO, volume on pTGC, and the staking yield. Now, this is staking yield for my 1 million pTGC lock for 10 years, 10-year lock. And then the holding yield, let's see, I want to get to something here. The locking yield. Okay, so the locking, we had a big unlock on February 20th, and it looks like it was 155 million pTGC. It was a whopper, 336. So that 1 million pTGC, if you had 1 million pTGC locked for 10 years, you earned 336 pTGC, which, let's see. I don't know what the value on that was. Let's have a look. I showed somebody this morning. I don't know if you guys know this. Most of you guys do. But you can go to your DEX screener. You can do the same thing on DEX tools. Go to the right, scroll down, and you can say, it was, oh, sorry, I had to flip back. It was 336. So you can put in 336 pTGC and see what it was worth, 24 cents. So everybody, for every 1 million locked for 10 years, earned 24 cents. And you're like, well, what's the big deal? I mean, it's 24 cents. Can't even buy a pop for that much money. Well, think of it this way. That 24 cents, that's 336 pTGC. If you leave it in your wallet and let it appreciate, the first 10x, it's not going to be 24 cents. It's going to be $2.40. And the 100x is not going to be $2.40. It's going to be $24, right? And then that pTGC is sitting in your wallet. And while it's there, it's earning reflections correct me if I'm wrong, guys. I think you actually hold up. That's a good question. I don't think it actually earns reflections. I need to ask. Bear with me. I'm going to ask in the chat. Hold up, guys. Here it is. Do locking rewards and staking rewards earn reflections? I think no. I think no. And it looks like the founder is in the chat too. So did I drop this in the chat? I think I did. Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too, 2Gs. No. But let's find out. Okay. We can learn this together. We got another question. Yay, we like questions. Hey, Banana, what is the benefit of holding PDI over pTGC? Also, what specific mechanism causes pTGC to consistently outperform the core coins? Whoa, bro. You're putting me under some pressure on that one. Let's have a look at the chart. That's where I'm gonna go to the chart. I appreciate the question. Don't take me wrong. Add the stage. I think we are. Let me pivot to your question in a second. I think we are about done with this. Yeah. Well, we picked up 6 gold circles last week. We had 2,800. There's our answer. Telegram members. I'm tracking that just kind of loosely. Yeah. And then UFO. Let me just bear with me, Jason. I want to flip over to UFO because I want to. It's like pTGC gets all of the attention. It's like that. Who is it in your family that gets all the attention? The littlest, the youngest one, right? He gets all the attention because he knows how to get it. And that's pTGC, always in the limelight. Well, don't ignore UFO guys. UFO is a contender. They're like twin brothers. It's just the problem is one was born 5 months before the other. Okay, UFO, 5,447 holders. We added 10 yesterday. The average has been about 26 per day, which is down from January and November. It was running really hot. UFO was back in October, November. And what else can we show you? Total burn tokens. We're burning squid positions. Just like pTGC, we're burning squid positions in UFO. And UFO burns more pTGC than pTGC itself, which I find really fascinating. It has burned almost 8% of the supply. And then here's the yield for 1 million tokens. If you had 1 million tokens liquid in a wallet and 1 million in LP, this is what you earned. 324 PLS yesterday and 69 UFO yesterday. Okay. That is very interesting. What else do we have? I think that's it. That's it for UFO. I'm tracking some wallet stuff over here from a site that Snowflake Society built that I can't give to you guys. He wants to keep it private, but all it is like wallet stuff. And I can show you guys on these spaces. If you guys ever ask and want to know, like, well, let's just have a look at it. Let's go back to let's go back to pTGC and I'll show you. I'm doing it because I'm doing it for both tokens. So wallets that have less than $1,000 are 6,366, and we lost 56 yesterday. I don't know why. This is a metric that I'm probably gonna have a conversation with the founder about, but I got to get some data. I only have basically 1 day. Wallets with between $1,000 and $10,000 is 2,374. We gained 11 and so on, you see? Okay, and now these columns are token count. You got to have both because the price is always fluctuating. Tokens aren't. We have 3 wallets with between 10 and 100 billion tokens in them. 49 with between 1 billion and 10 billion, and so on. What's the smallest? We have 149 wallets with between 1 and 10. One of the things we're trying to figure out is, like, what are bots? What is, because we know bots are going to have these tokens in their whatever, if you can call it a wallet. I guess it technically is. So we're trying to figure out and make a differentiation between wallets, like true user wallets, and bots. And I think this data might help us figure that out. I'm hoping, because I would like to have the real data. I don't really care about, I love the bots. They work for us 24/7. However, when it comes to users, they can like start a YouTube channel or bring in a buddy. I want to differentiate between the bots and a true user. What's the benefit of holding pTGC over pTGC? Let's have a look, shall we? I'm going to, this is the pTGC chart, but this is pTGC and Pulse. I'm going to click on other pairs right here, and we're going to see other pairs. And I'm going to select the pTGC pTGC chart. Here it is, Jason. And I'm going to leave it on the daily. Right now it's in USD. Let's zoom out a bit. And then what I want to do is I want to select DAI, because I want to see pTGC valued in terms of DAI. And I think I know what to expect here. Oh, it flipped to the monthly. Well, let's do it weekly. Let's look at it weekly. Wow. Okay. So what we are seeing here, Jason, what we're seeing is a token that is moving up against pTGC. Can you see that? Right now, it costs 0.09774 pTGC per pTGC. And you can see that back in the beginning, like if you exclude the first 4 weeks, which I like to do, you at one point, like in early November, on the 6th of November, you could have paid 0.003583 pTGC per pTGC. What that means is that pTGC is becoming more valuable versus pTGC. So what's the benefit of holding pTGC over pTGC? If I was to be just really blunt, I would tell you there's a negative advantage. It looks to me like there's a negative advantage. Now, what we suspect and hope is going to happen is that pTGC is going to be pegged to $1. At that point, pTGC is done. pTGC is done. It's going to fluctuate, I think, a little bit above and below $1. But as far as X's, it's over once it hits $1, if it does. pTGC and UFO, however, have a constantly rising price floor and a ceiling that has there's no top. So we think what's going to happen is that when, man, my hat looks so goofy with that dent in it. I promise you guys, it's not a dent in my head. What we think is going to happen is that if and when pTGC pegs, is people will realize, oh, that was fun. I got my 500X. That's great, really. But now, what do? I can just hold this token, but I like making money, so I'm going to put it into something that's going to make me more money. And then they'll be looking at other projects like pTGC and UFO. So if and when pTGC pegs, perhaps they'll rotate into the Grace currencies. That's the theory. If it doesn't peg, they can still rotate into the Grace currencies. Yeah. So what's the advantage? I don't see there being an advantage, except if you want to look at stability. There's an advantage, because pTGC is going to hopefully be a stable coin. Well, I like stability. I also like volatility, but Also, what specific mechanism causes pTGC to consistently outperform the core coins? And that's what we're seeing too, by the way, Jason, is we're seeing pTGC consistently outperforming the core coins. Why is that? It's got to be user based. It has to be users. Take pDAI, for example, versus pTGC. Why would I hold pDAI? Well, there's that hope of it going to $1. And we're like, what, 50x away from $1? I think we're more like 100x. This is down below a penny right now. So we're about 100x from $1. pTGC, however, like I said, it has a raising floor, no ceiling, and it pays you passive income 3 different ways if you want to. And reflections just for holding the token. Staking rewards, if you stake it, there is a 1% end stake fee. It's not really a penalty. It's more like a fee that you pay to all the other stakers. So while you are staked and other people in stake, you receive staking rewards. And then you can lock your tokens too and receive rewards from people that early end their locks. Okay. Reflections, staking, locking rewards, and all of them are available anytime you want. Anytime you want. pDAI does not have anything like that I'm aware of. There might be something. And like the OG token, the token that the Pulse chain was built for, Hex, is an aggressive delayed gratification token. I love Hex, and I've got some delayed gratification happening in my Hex stakes. But I really like the Grays setup where, because I'm a big boy, I can delay gratification. And therefore, I don't necessarily need the boundaries, the strict, rigid boundaries that Hex provides. And I really appreciate the flexibility that the Grays currencies allow for me, in that I can scrape that yield and do anything I want with it, like recycle it back into more stakes if I want. What's the benefit of holding pDAI or pTGC? You'd have to claim first. Okay, I don't know what that question is in relation to. Can we get the Telegram in the chat? Can we get, yeah, I can do that. I actually have it on a hotkey. Give me a second, guys. Where is it? There you go. Yeah, join the Telegram. I mean, if you got questions, jump in our Telegram. And there's guys in there day in, day out, me included. And there's guys that have been there a lot longer than me. pTGC is king. Yeah, man. Well, it's working on it. It's more like it's a prince now. But, woo, boy, you know what happens when a prince becomes king? That means the king got dethroned. Well, let's not talk about that. Crypto Compassion, how you doing, man? And no yield, just holding pDAI. Exactly, Fubero. So I'm going to call you Fubero. You can correct me if that's wrong. And no yield, just holding pDAI, like with pTGC. Thank you for taking time to respond to my questions. pTGC, it is a beast, dude. pTGC is a monster. And people are going to be discovering pTGC. We've got a live stream tomorrow. It might actually not be a live stream, but we're streaming with Maximus Crypto. I should drop his. Let me drop his. Man, my brain just goes blank whenever you're trying to click and talk at the same time. It just doesn't work. Maximus Crypto. Let me get him. We can do two things at once here. Maximus Crypto, good guy. Let me see if he's got us on the ledger yet. Okay, we're just going to give you his Here it is. At Maximus Crypto 2690. I've listened to him quite a bit, and I like him. He's not a Pulse Chain maxi. He's not a Richard Hart maxi. He's involved in he does a lot of real world asset stuff, and I think we're gonna have fun with him tomorrow. That'll be tomorrow at like 4, or I think it's 3 p.m. Pacific, and I'm looking forward to bringing some adoption to the Pulse Chain and the greatest currencies in particular. So Maxim, yeah, go. So there's the link in the chat. Go follow him on Twitter and subscribe to him on YouTube. He's got 23,000 subs, and I think he earned all of them the hard way. Kyrillis Collection. How are you tracking your rewards from staking and passive income for pTGC and UFO? Are you doing it manually or in your Excel, or do you know of a more efficient way? That is a great question, dude. Careless. You could be a gal, though. Did I just make you mad? I hope not, dude. Just totally kidding. Careless. That must be like a Greek character. Careless. I don't think I've ever come across that name before. Give me a second, and I'm going to answer your question. We're going to go to pulsetgc.com, and I'm going to get on the staking tab, and you can go there too, Careless. How are you tracking your rewards from staking and passive income for pTGC and UFO? This is where you go. pulsetgc.com. Click on the staking tab, and you're going to see total TGC earned. That's the total earned from holding, earned from staking, earned from locking. Now, if you added to your bag, it's just going to continue to compile these numbers. These numbers are going to be added. You can't reset these numbers. Like, let's say you doubled your bag today, and you're like, I want to see how much I earned by from the point that I doubled my bag. Well, you'll have to move it to a separate wallet to do that, because you just can't reset these numbers. So if you wanted to get that granular and stay on the same wallet, that's when you need to have your own spreadsheet and do it that way. And that's not difficult to do either. And for UFO, same thing. You will go to UFO token, click on UFO PLP rewards. In the upper left, you're going to see the total rewards and reflections for this wallet. And then in Pulse, let's see, hold on. Earned from reward in Pulse. Okay, this is my test wallet, and it has 1 million liquid and 1 million in an LP with PLS. So this is showing you the reflections total that this wallet has earned. And this is the pending reward, which when I claim, I'm actually going to claim this in May on its anniversary, this number here will be up here, earned from Pulse. And then this will actually restart. And I have not added to this wallet. So that's where you go, man. That's where you go to find that information. I hope that helped. We need a claim all button for locking rewards in the DApp. Yes. However, from what I understand, 2Gs it might not be a possibility. It may not be. So, okay, I'm going to remove this. And I've got multiple locks, and a claim all button would be really nice. I'm trying to recall what the reasoning for it was. I think the reasoning is because of the different start times of different locks, or different end times, something like that. I don't remember. But yeah, it would be nice. Until then, we just gotta click. The thing of it is, when you are claiming when you're doing anything on the DApp, you can have more than one process going at the same time. Like I always recommend you claim your locking rewards first, and then your staking rewards, and you can just what do you call it? Confirm those transactions in your wallet. And once they're all done, transacting, then I'll just show you guys, and then you can do your staking, right? Let me just show you guys. I want to assume that you guys know what I'm talking about. Here's my 1 million pTGC lock right down here. So if I was going to harvest this, I would click on claim, pay it in the wallet, and then claim here for my staking rewards, transact it in the wallet. Once those two transactions are done, then I would click here, because behind this tab, hypothetically, is my reflections. They're actually in my wallet. Actually, all your liquid pTGC is going to be in your wallet. In order to see it, though, you click on the Stake TGC tab. And then, like I said, when these transactions are done, your unlock and your staking rewards, when they're done, they're going to be added to this number. And then you can just click on 100% and then stake if that's what you want to do. So that's how I've been doing it. But yeah, a claim all button would be really sweet. All right, guys. 19 people in here raving pTGC and UFO fans. I love it. Well, what else should we talk about? We talked about the DApp a little bit. And we actually ended up in the DApp. And it's something I should always talk about every time. And we went through, let's talk about how to LP UFO, shall we? Let's do that. It's very simple. And I got to remember to go slowly for if you guys haven't been here before. Click on UFO token. Click on UFO liquidity pools. Now you're going to have equal amounts of each token, UFO and the token you want to pair with. So let's say you wanted to make a UFO Inc. pair. Well, click on Manage Pool. And you're going to click on Add Liquidity. None of this really applies to you because you don't have it. If you had no LP, it doesn't really apply. If you did, it would show your share right here. But let's say I wanted to start a new pool on a new wallet. I'm going to click Add Liquidity. And then I'm pretty sure I don't have any ink on this wallet. Let's see. Yep, I don't have any ink on this wallet, but I have 1 million UFO. So if I wanted to LP that 1 million UFO, then I would need to have 27.6 ink. And then you just click on, the proper buttons will show up down here, and then you pay for it in the wallet, and then you will have an LP. And you can see that LP by going back to UFO token and clicking on UFO PLP rewards. And you'll see it down here. Like this one, this LP that I've got right here on this wallet is a UFO PLS LP. And when you do make an LP, you're going to get what's called UFO shares. And the UFO shares are like a bookmark. Like they're your guarantee of the pulse rewards for your share of the pool. And they're based on how many UFO you input into the pool. So this pool was started with 1 million, or really close to 1 million UFO, right? So it has 1 million UFO shares. What else can I say about those? If you break your LP, it could be difficult to get those UFO shares back. Oh, here's the thing. One of the reasons that the UFO share rates were invented was to protect us from impermanent loss. We're going to experience impermanent loss. That's a given. It's going to happen. However, the UFO shares help us to continue to earn PLS based on our share of the rewards pool. So we will experience impermanent loss one way or the other, but our UFO shares guarantee that we're still going to continue to earn pulse rewards, if that makes sense. How often are you claiming and restaking? Well, I, in a perfect world, would do it every week. I would do it every week. Doing it more, and I did at the beginning. I was so excited about pTGC. I was like, wow, I can claim my rewards and put it right back in the pile and be earning more rewards. This is amazing. Yes, it is. But if you do it more than about once a week, you're kind of beating your head against the wall, because I figured it out. I'll spare you the spreadsheet that I built that shows you, because I literally built a spreadsheet to show myself, to see how much benefit you get from compounding daily or even twice a week. Now, twice a week, you're going to get a little bit more, but once a week, you're going to garner more by compounding once a week. If you did it like once a month, it'll be a little bit. How do you put it? How do you put that? How do you convey that? If you did it every day, if you compounded every day, you're just really not going to gain that much. If you do it every week, you're going to gain more. It's almost like you'd be wasting your time to compound every day. It just doesn't work. There's a term for it too. Maybe one of you guys could look it up. There's a term for the diminishing return of compounding too frequently. But then you can also compound too infrequently. Like if you did it once a month, that might not be frequent enough. But here's another thing. If you do get a large wave or a large influx of yield, then, that would make it worth it, right? If you get a week's worth of yield in one day, then recycle it, put it back in the hopper and make it some more, So yeah, in a perfect world, once a week. The Young Bachelor, do you think a 5 to 10 cent top is reasonable for pTGC this cycle? Doesn't seem that crazy market cap wise, especially since more will have burned by then. Let's answer that question with a calculator. Give me one moment. I'm going to pull up lookintoptgc.com. If you guys want a subscription to it, reach out to me directly or do it on the site. It's I think it's $24 a month. We're going to go to the moon math, dude. The Young Bachelor. Young Bachelor, dude. I am going to share my screen. I'm just getting it set up. I don't want to be flittering screens in front of you guys. Do you think a 5 to 10 cent top is reasonable for pTGC this cycle? Okay. Let's talk. I'm not going to tell anybody what to do, but I am going to tell you what I am intending to do as of this moment in time. pTGC and UFO to me are the needle in the haystack. They're the golden goose producing me golden eggs, or it's a white goose producing golden eggs, however you want to look at it. If I slaughter that golden goose, I will no longer have those beautiful, heavy, valuable golden eggs. So, and I am not convinced. Nobody has convinced me that I should be exiting my pTGC at the cycle top, whenever that is, and nobody knows when that will be. My intention as of this moment in time is to hodl. And I know that I will miss gains. However, I will sleep well at night, knowing that I didn't exit. If you exit at the top, then you got to time the bottom, and I don't want that hanging over my head. And there are people that are going to do it and probably come out very well, but I'm a conservative investor when it comes to that kind of activity. What else was I going to say on that? Oh, we are intending to, thinking we might, and probably will, pair with stable coins to soften the down pressure going into the bear market. Okay, so that's worth noting. Now, do you think a 5 to 10 cent top is reasonable? Let's have a look. Okay, I was thinking about this earlier today. What if pDie pegs? Let's see here. Shall we go to? We have the pDie chart pulled up. Let's see how many X's we have done against. If I can do this on stream, 1,461%. What is that in X's, guys? What is 1,461% in X's? Give me a second. I think that's 140X. I think that's 140X. Let's go with that. Oh, man. But so I think, give me a second. I think that a 5X factor would be reasonable. So let's just leave it at a 5X factor, 140X. Thank you, Kestrel. Let's do a very modest 5X. Now, your X factor, guys, if you didn't know, is how many X's we think pTGC will do against pDie. Well, let's say we've already done 140X. Let's say we stall out and we only do a 5X against pDie. And let's say that pDie goes to $1, which would be the dream. That would, and then we got to click on calculate. That would be a 663X potential for pTGC. Let me get this. The young bachelor, I'm going to remove that for a minute. All right, that would be a 50-cent pTGC. That's if pDie pegs. That's a big number. I mean, that's going to change a lot of lives if that happened in here. Yeah, man. Oh. It gets me excited just thinking about it, man. I haven't pulled up the calculator in quite a few days. Well, let's look at it in terms of, let's see, did you? Okay, that's in relation to pDie, young bachelor. Now let's look at it in pulse. And we are, let's see, we're at 19 X's against pulse since August. So let's say the cycle is another 6 months and it's over. And let's say we do a 10 more X's against pulse. You cut that 19 in half. So I'm just going to put 10. And pulse, oh, can you imagine pulse only doing 100X from here? You know, that would be like a 40X from sack price. You know what I mean? That would be sad. Well, it could happen. I hope it don't. I don't think it will. But look at where we are. This is pretty sad, isn't it? It's kind of a sad day in crypto. Bitcoin's at like, what is it, 84,000? Who saw that coming? The TA experts, they saw it coming probably, maybe. I don't know. But let's just let's lower our expectations and then be ready for a surprise. Okay? I would rather have lower expectations and then be surprised. That's how I like to look at life. At least sometimes. Okay, so if we did an X factor of 10, 100X against pulse. Oh, it resets on me. Just a second, guys. 100X. Calculate. Where does that put the price of pTGC? 1,000X. 74 cents. Young bachelor. That makes your modest guess or question very doable. Doesn't seem that crazy market cap wise, especially since more will have burned by then. Yeah, true. Yeah. So, but this is just this calculator is a mechanical thing. It does not have human behavior built into it. So anything can happen. But I think we are strategizing. I think we're staged for success. What was that? There was a post that I saw on Twitter within the last 24 hours. And it was basically saying that we've got a crypto president. We've got SEC throwing cases out left and right. We are in the bull cycle, and all these positive things. And it was like, oh, he was talking about why isn't crypto pumping right now? Well, it's the blood moon. If you believe in that stuff, the blood moon, which is going to happen in March, apparently has the ability to suppress the market in advance, during, or after blood moon. So if that's, kind of sounds like it might be happening. I've tracked all my pTGC from my first purchase backed by transaction hash and found that I've earned more rewards than the DApp shows I've earned. Anyone else found this to be true? Huh. Okay. I like that. Yeah. Huh. I wonder why. Casanova, have you considered tracking a number versus a time frame? Example, claim and stake when total hits 1,000. Yeah, actually I do that. Tokens versus claim and restake weekly. Yeah. Honestly, that's another thing. Thank you for bringing that up, Casanova. It kind of depends on like the value of the tokens. Like I usually will look at my claimable pTGC, and if it's worth 1,000 or more, if there's 1,000 or more sitting in there, then I'll claim it. And why do I do that? Well, because it costs money to claim and it takes my time. But how much is 1,000 worth nowadays? 73 cents. Well, I'm willing to put 73 cents back into the hopper. That's kind of how I roll. But yes, exactly, Casanova. You hit the nail on the head. Let me go back to the Telegram and see if we got an answer. Do locking rewards and staking rewards earn reflections? Hold on. Let me see. Nobody has answered that question yet. Come on, guys. Answer the question. All right. Space Frog. I've seen you around before. I'm trying to build a tracker for staking rewards that lets you track your wallet balance at any timestamp. Whoa. Even historically without needing to log it manually. Bro, I like that. Yes. Yeah, man. Are you going to make that public, dude? Build a tracker for staking rewards. Okay. If you can, if you would, drop it in the Telegram. If you can make copies of it for free or whatever, that would be awesome. I don't know why. I don't know what I'd use it for. I just like stuff like that. I like tools like that. The Ebonics lover. Eggs expensive now. Yeah. It is expensive now compared to, months ago. Alpha's crossover. Be crazy to sell pTGC. Oh, I know, man. Especially right before things heat up. You can check your wallet balance at any block you wish in the Pulse chain. Yeah. Okay. That's cool. Also, I don't understand the pTGC share thing. I lost pTGC, okay, but you don't get having shares and what it has to do with Pulse and my pool. Okay. Now this is in reference to UFO, Casanova, not pTGC. And we did just cover that. But I will try to go back and show you. There is more to it. If you want more information about what I'm about to tell you, jump in Spaces and ask the founder or the other guys about UFO shares. Basically, you get your UFO shares assigned to you when you enter the pool. And it's based on the number of UFO that you have. So let me try to articulate what happens here. Like, let's say you enter the UFO Inc. pool. And UFO increases against Inc. And therefore, I think if I got this right, that means people are buying your UFO, so you would have less of it. And you'll have more Inc. If you exit that pool, let's say you entered the pool with 1 million UFO, and now you've got 500,000 UFO. If you exit that pool, now you have 500,000 UFO. And if you wanted to re-enter that pool with your 500,000 UFO, You could, but you would have 500,000 shares instead of 1 million. Does that make sense? So the guys that have gotten in early into the UFO pools, a lot of us guys are like, I ain't exiting that pool, because to enter, it would be very expensive. And that's in addition to the fact that UFO has increased in price. The paired token has increased in price, and everybody coming into the system is having to pay today's price versus the price that we got in back in May or over the summer, right? So we got in for cheaper. And so we have share rates that reflect that cheaper price. And so I will not be exiting my pools. Stable coins, great move. Okay. 140x Space Frog, that would be the go. The goat. That would be a failure, but yeah. Oh, you guys are so funny. I can't follow your conversations, and that's okay. I'm not good at coding, but it's doable. Okay, cool. Yeah, from what I understand, coding or doing work on Pulse Chain is very difficult. My conversations with Crypto Kong have led me to believe that. You like the more conservative prices? Yeah, I know. Okay, let's do some conservative prices. Let's do that for Kestrel. Add to the stage. Let me get this tab pulled up first. What else do you guys want to see? What do you want to see? What do you want to know? What am I missing? Let's do an X factor of 2 for pTGC. Paired token target price of, let's say Pulse only does a 10x. Spoiler alert, that's 10 times 2, which is 20, which is a 20x on pTGC. What is going on here? It's not. That would be a 1.5 cent pTGC. Okay, we haven't even hit a cent yet. How far are we from a cent? Well, the dashboard says pTGC is 13x from a penny. 13x. Moon Math Calc says if we 2x against Pulse and Pulse only does a 10x. What is wrong here? Please fill in all required fields. Oh, okay. Give me a second, guys. Then the price would be 1.4 cents. Okay. So does that tone it down for you, Kestrel? I hope that helps you. Can you explain MEV on Rabby wallet more? I can't find it on the Rabby wallet. Thanks. That is a good question. Now I cannot, the thing of it is I can't pull up Rabby and show you on Rabby. I think I could if I showed my whole monitor. But let me see what I can find out for you first. Honestly, what I do when I'm installing an MEV blocker, I hadn't even thought of that before, that I can actually just share the whole screen and then I can show you guys. Maybe we can do that. Give me a second, guys. Because somebody in here might actually know how to do it. Okay, I'm going to pull this. I'm going to present. I'm going to stop screen. I'm going to present a whole monitor. Let me make sure I'm doing that. Because I'm showing my whole monitor, I gotta just be careful, you know. Share screen, entire screen. Here we go. Okay. Now, hopefully you can see my wallet. Give me a second. I'm nervous. I want to make sure I'm not doxing anything. Yeah. We're good. We're good. Okay. Okay. Yeah, you guys can see my wallet now. Okay. How to explain MEV on Robbie wallet more. So what I would do if I was going into Rabby to set up MEV blocker is I would probably go to more, lock, signature, manage, points, add, custom, modify. I don't see I don't see the MEV blocker. Looks like I need to update mine though. Okay, I'm going to tell you, SW, honestly, what I do is I Google, do I Google for MEV blocker? Oh, guys, I'm all thumbs because I know I'm on. Okay, I go to cow.fi, which is, here you go, watch this. I literally Googled MEV blocker, and it brings me to, and this is the one I've used, cow.fi, and I click on get protected. You can add it manually or just click on get protected. MetaMask. And I think it's added to your wallet. You are now safe. Okay. And from what I understand, you don't need to do it more than once. If you reinstall your Rabby wallet, you probably need to redo it. But, you know, a good question is, where can I see that the MEV blocker has been installed on my Rabby wallet? That is a question. But that's how you can do it. Google it, go to cow.fi, or just go to cow.fi. Make sure you're not on a scam site. You know, make sure you don't get wrecked. I can't find on the Rabby. Okay. Let me know if you find anything interesting about the MEV blocker. If I get it to work, I'll make it public for free. Yeah, man. I like that. 1.4 cents. Gee, man. You know what I'm saying? Oh, this stinking thing. Pulse chain. All right. I'm going to show you guys something. I like to always bring this up. And I will share my screen in just a minute. All right. I think we already looked at this. WPLS. Look at that, beautiful. And by the way, I just learned this. Look at the volatility all along the way, guys. You know, this volatility is nothing new. Nothing new. Okay. It looks like, oh, we were just coasting back here. No, there's been volatility all along the way. All right. We're looking at the chart against Pulse Chain. I'm going to put it on a longer time frame, looking at the weekly. Let's do the weekly. And by the way, look at this volatility back here, guys. All right. I wish I could just like broaden the screen. I want to see all of it, but it's probably just not possible. You are welcome, SW. All right. What do you think is going to happen when Pulse Chain has its correction, if that's the way to put it? What is going to happen when Pulse Chain makes its move? We hit 1-to-1 with Pulse on August 26th of 2024. 1-to-1. We're up 19x since that date against Pulse. Pulse Chain is, what is the price of Pulse? It's 38%. See that? 4 zeros, 38. The sacrifice price was 3 zeros, 1. Pulse Chain is literally 38% of sac price. It's not even sac price. Pulse Chain, if it goes above, if it just nudges above sacrifice price, that'd be a 3x. If we didn't move against Pulse Chain at all, that'd be almost a 3x for pTGC. And that would be a dismal failure, you know, for Richard Hart. And Richard Hart built Pulse Chain for Hex. He now has his own network. When it was only Hex on Ethereum, he didn't have any levers that he could pull. That's another reason he built Pulse Chain. Now he's got Hex over here. He's got PulseX. He's got Ink. What else does he have? I think that's it. Over on Pulse Chain. And he also has a few years of experience under his belt too. All right. And he has things that he can do to pump this chain. And I heard a theory the other day that really appealed to me. And that was, let's just say, and you gotta put on your delayed gratification hat right now to listen to this, because otherwise you're gonna have to plug your ears. And this is like a question I like to ask people. It's like, well, how long are you willing to wait before we have the mega big bull market? How long are you willing to wait? Well, Prairie Banana is willing to wait. I'm in my 50s, guys, and I have learned how to wait. I still get a little impatient. Take me wrong. But what if, and I think I agree with this. One of my buddies told me this. He says, I think Richard Hart's going to want to have his own show, his own fireworks show. Why? So he stands out to the rest of the market. Why? So people come over to Pulse Chain. He wants to make Pulse Chain stand out bigly, because he will. I'm sure this is, if you asked him right now, it's one of his strongest desires to make Pulse Chain the top dog network in all crypto. Well, how's he going to do it? Make it stand out so people come. How is he going to do that? Well, it's kind of hard to make your network stand out in the middle of when everything else is popping off. It would be more difficult that way, right? But what if everything else pops off and then goes into their bear market, and suddenly, and I think he has the economic ability to do this, suddenly he pumps the chain. And Pulse Chain is having its own fireworks show, while Solana and Ethereum and Bitcoin and everything else is going into their bear market. Here comes little old Pulse Chain. And bam, what would happen? Everybody like, well, they're going to get on the bandwagon and start throwing their assets over here on Pulse Chain. But that could happen. It could. But what does that mean? More time. It means we would have to wait more time. We'd have to just put on our patient hats and huddle. But what does that allow for? Time to dollar cost average in, right? So, yeah, that's where I'm at, man. I mean, I'm good with it. I'm good with it. Either way, I want the chain to pump. Absolutely. I sooner rather than later. However, I'm willing to wait later for it to be done right and be successful, to have merit, to be the go-to chain for all of crypto. I'm willing to wait. 3,000. What do you mean 3,288 days? 3,000. That's a long. How many years is that, man? 3288 divided by 365. That's 9 years. All right, 2Gs. Don't leave me hanging, dude. What are you talking about? We're going to shut this down. I think it was good. It was good to jump on stream and just chat. I don't think you were able to sense. I don't think you could have sensed any bearishness out of Prairie Banana today. I'm not euphoric. I will admit that, with everything the way it is, I'm not euphoric, but I am bullish. I'm absolutely bullish on everything that's happening, especially in the Grays ecosystem. We are going to have a space. Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate that. Oh, he says 9 years, 1 day, 100% locking rewards. Yeah. Okay. I get that. Okay. I love those locking rewards. I have a question about the locking calculator. And Crypto Kong, if you're in here, we got to talk. Because I got to get that's my favorite calculator on lookintoptgc.com. I just want to get some things ironed out before I show it anymore. But yeah, I'm very, very bullish on the grays, eco, and we're going to have a space. Man, I hope I'm not stepping on Zen. I think he had a space. He had a voice chat this morning. Yeah, voice chat is at 9 a.m. on Thursdays. So nothing happening on Friday unless one of you guys wants to start a channel, or start a channel and drop it in the Telegram or on Twitter, and just get people just open it up and start talking, and just do what I do. Nothing fancy. I do appreciate you guys being here. We're gonna have spaces on Saturday at 7 a.m. Pacific, and Saturday spaces are my favorites. They are my favorites. Why? Because I'm up in the early morning and I've had my coffee and I'm fresh and it's fun. It's fun. And we've had B-Roots in there and other famous people. Famous people. Yeah, guys. pTGC is the needle in the haystack. It is the unicorn of crypto. And I think it's becoming the Trojan horse of the Pulse Chain Network. People are getting onto Pulse just because they want to hold pTGC. And as soon as I got a link to the stream tomorrow, I will drop it in the Telegram and on my Twitter. So follow me on Twitter. Thank you guys for all the positivity and the support. Thank you very much. Thanks for your time. And thank you for showing up and asking questions and just the interaction. It's like we're friends here, and we can have a conversation. Good to have you back, bro. Thank you, bro. Appreciate that. Good God. Peace out. See you, TS Pedro. And with that, we're going to shut it down. If you got any other questions, if you're new, drop them in the Telegram. Okay? That's the best place. And I will open myself up to, you can PM me on Twitter if you need to, and on Telegram, because I understand there are some people that do not like to ask questions in public, and that's fine. I will make myself available to answer any of those questions. All right, guys. Have a great end of your week, and hopefully we'll see you on Saturday.